Okay, one of the reasons I wanted to write this play was I was working at a Jewish bookshop in Temple Fortune in North London when this crisis happened about the shaitels, the wigs worn by married Orthodox Jewish women. And what happened was that because of this inadvertent chance remark by Victoria Beckham, doubt was cast on these wigs and whether they were going to be allowable in Jewish law. And for 2 weeks women didn't know what to do, and I just found it fascinating because the shop was full of women who just wanted to talk about it. Women who covered their hair, women who didn't cover their hair, but everyone who came in wanted to talk about it. And in the press coverage it was all about the rabbis and the decision and Victoria Beckham, and these women were not being covered at all or being given voice. And the hair, it turned out, had come from this temple in India where women sacrifice their hair, or it's actually, they call it sacrificing their beauty, which is kind of an amazing thing really to do, to Vishnu as a sort of, they make a pledge. So if my daughter is born healthy, I will sacrifice my beauty, or if my rice crop is successful, I will sacrifice my beauty. And they go and they sacrifice, you know, they have their entire head shaved, straight edge blade, and the whole thing goes. And usually this is women who've grown their hair and use coconut oil on it every day, and it's very, very beautiful, so their waist, and then they have it sort of cut off. And then this hair was travelling to these women in North London, in Israel, in the States, all of whom were covering their hair for God. And these two completely separate groups of women, there was no conversation between them, but the hair was moving between them, and I thought it was really interesting. So that's why I wanted to write the play. I did go to an Orthodox synagogue when I was growing up, not a synagogue which many people, or hardly any people I think, covered their hair, but I have obviously a familiarity with all of that world. But I did go and meet some wig makers, and I tried on this amazing wig. I always felt a bit funny about having someone else's hair on my head. I've never worn any kind of wig. I don't know, I just hadn't liked the idea of it, and this amazing wig maker I met said, "I'm going to change your mind," and she said, "Shut your eyes," and I was sort of truculent and didn't want her to put this wig on my head, and I sort of shut my eyes, and she was faffing around with, you know, clips and grips and things. And when she sort of said, "Open your eyes," I had long, blonde, straight hair to my waist, which is as far as you can get from, you know, this hair. And I just thought I looked like a fairy princess, like what I thought a fairy princess looked like when I was 3. So it sort of changed my mind on a lot of things. And one of the characters in the play is a Hindu girl from India whose mother has sacrificed her hair for her when she was little. She had typhoid. So I did a lot of research on this one temple in Andhra Pradesh where women do sacrifice their hair. Visited some temples and looked at just what went into all of that, and why women were doing it, this extraordinarily powerful thing of sacrificing your beauty, hair that might have taken 10 years to grow that long. And so I looked at that a lot, which was fascinating to me. And one of the characters in the play is a tree sitter, and a lot of the play takes place in anti-road protests. So I interviewed lots and lots of tree sitters, which was again that was a new world for me really, and eco-anarchists, and that was pretty fascinating. It was for me it was a level of commitment to go and live up a tree and to chain yourself to that tree when the eviction is going to begin, and you know, faced with people who are trying to literally pull you out of a tree or cut your chains off with sort of bolt croppers, and to hang on, sometimes chained by the neck, to a tree. I just thought it was amazing and very inspiring. I hope that the play's surprising because it has quite an unusual journey for the central character, in that she's an Orthodox Jewish girl about to get married in the first scene, and halfway through the play we find her up a tree in an anti-road protest in this completely different world. So I hope that's surprising. I was really keen to write about female friendship. I think some of my most important emotional sort of moments have been not with my family or with sort of, you know, relationships, but have really been with women I was friends with. So the central relationships between an Orthodox Jewish girl and her Hindu best friend from India, second generation, and I really wanted to write about that and to put that at the centre, and how difficult it is. It's amazing to have a close female friend, but it is like having a relationship. I always really like to write plays where I like all the characters and I think they're all right about stuff quite a lot of the time. I don't really write villains very well or anything. I wish I could. I'm not very good at that. And I'm just really interested in exploring what happens to you in an extreme situation and what decisions you make. You might think in advance that you will make some amazingly noble decision, and you might not be able to do that at the time, and you might be, you know, right in a certain way to not do that. So I hope everyone will come out still liking all the 6 characters. And I hope the play's funny and warm. I hope so. And quite sad in places. That's it really.